Episode 143 Subscribes, likes and shares. Chapter 175 Ghost Shadow Perplexing Steps Pure Speed Battle. Tang San said. The improved Godly's Edge crossbow, since the crossbow bolts aren't the same, will also have different power. The most powerful can threaten a 60th rank Spirit Master going all out on defense. The most ordinary is still a level of power above this basic one. Enough to make 45th rank Spirit Masters hateful. Split into 12 types of crossbow bolts, they're each bone-piercing bolts, thunder-flame bolts, armor-breaking bolts, edge-cracking bolts, devil-suppressing bolts, overlord bolts, deep-yin bolts, dragon-cutting bolts, extinguishing lust bolts, dragon beard bolts, meteor destruction bolts and 7 killing bolts. The most difficult to deal with among them are the meteor destruction bolts and the 7 killing bolts. Just that since these crossbow bolts require extremely fine craftsmanship and uncommon materials, the cost is high. While speaking, Tang San took back the Godly's Edge crossbow, swiftly winding the mechanism. "Senior, please watch." While speaking, Tang San raised his hand and fired. Along with a series of sonorous cracks, 16 streaks of shadow entered the ground in an instant. He didn't clearly see how they shot, but the granite floor already had 16 small holes. He couldn't help asking. "How large is the killing range for this thing?" Tang San said. "The greatest killing power is guaranteed within 50 meters, further than that, the power gradually weakens." Drawing a deep breath, he was unable to conceal the excitement revealed by his eyes. "Good, I'll buy this thing." "How much?" "I want 200. Tang San smiled slightly. "Not expensive, 150 gold spirit coins." He pondered, then said. "Can't you make it a bit cheaper?" Even though his character wasn't willing to haggle, 150 gold spirit coins wasn't a small sum to the entire Speed clan. He never allowed his junior clansmen to go draw the Spirit Hall stipend. The level of poverty for the whole clan ranked among the top in the Spirit Master world. Tang San pondered, then said. "Since you're friends with Senior Titan, I'll give you a favorable price. 120 gold spirit coins. I can't go lower." He, slightly relieved, said. "Good, then I'll buy." While speaking, swiping the spirit tool bracelet on his wrist, he took out a pouch of precious and heavy gold spirit coins. "Here is 100 gold spirit coins. I'll give you the remaining 20 after the breaking clan has arrived." Tang San didn't accept it, somewhat awkwardly saying. "Senior, you seem to have misunderstood. The 120 gold spirit coins I mentioned was for one. If you want 200 Godly's Edge crossbows, then the price should be 24,000 gold spirit coins." "What did you say?" He shot to his feet. His face was already deep red. Originally he had suffered because of the poverty of his clan, but now hearing Tang San mention such an astronomical sum, the pride in his heart immediately turned into anger. "Are you playing with me?" An almost severe pressure immediately gushed out from within his body. Even if he cultivated in the direction of speed, no matter what was said, he was still a Spirit DouLuo level power. The young woman sitting by his side also stood up with him, glaring at Tang San. "Why don't you go robbing?" Tang San smiled calmly, as if he didn't feel the pressure he released. Equally being Spirit DouLuo, the pressure he gave him was a lot less than Niu Gao. "Be calm, senior. When our Tang sect does business, it's absolutely without cheating either old nor young. 120 gold spirit coins is cheap rather than expensive. When I sell to the 7 treasure glazed tile school, the price is closer to 180 gold spirit coin for one. You already have completely favorable treatment. Don't forget that my Godly's Edge crossbow is made from refined iron, according to the price you wish for. Wouldn't that be less than 1 gold spirit coin for each Godly's Edge crossbow? The manufacturing cost for the refined iron is more than this. Even more so the craftsmanship and technique, I dare say it's unique and unmatched on the DouLuo continent. Before senior gets angry, please think clearly. While speaking, Tang San raised a foot and lightly stomped on the ground. Faint white light stealthily rushed from him. He clearly felt the pressure he released being forcefully cut apart. And on the ground, 16 black shadows shot up, caught in Tang San's hand, then slowly and calmly returned the 16 crossbow bolts to the godly Zudge crossbow. Titan said. I can prove this on his behalf. Selling this godly Zudge crossbow for 120 gold spirit coins absolutely isn't expensive. As far as I know, the 7 treasure glazed tile school is the Tang sect's long-term client. This price for you is already very low. My meaning is, if you're interested, you can buy one for self-protection. He disappointedly sat back in his seat. This thing is good, but what use is only one? Just as Niu Gao said, the greatest problem perplexing the Speed clan was attack power. If they had sufficiently formidable attack power, then even going to specially hunt spirit beasts was enough to support the clan. The appearance of the godly Zudge crossbow undoubtedly made Bai He's eyes brighten, but, to him, this price really was a bit too difficult to accept. Tang San smiled slightly, saying, Senior Bai He, trading can't become charity. Since today is our first meeting, I'll present this godly Zudge crossbow to you as a gift. While speaking, he once again held the godly Zudge crossbow in front of Bai He. Bai He snorted. You want to give it to me? No unjustly deserved rewards. I can't take it. In his heart, 120 gold spirit coins was no small figure. Accepting the help of the 4 single attribute clans was one thing, accepting the gifts of other people was definitely something else. If he wasn't so proud, the Speed clan wouldn't have reached its current state. Tang San said. Then how about this? This young lady should be Senior's granddaughter. Junior has always been extremely interested in speed. I don't know whether me and this young miss could compete in speed. If I win, Senior gives me the 100 gold spirit coins you hold. If I lose, this godly Zudge crossbow will be regarded as the stakes for Senior. How about it? Hearing this, Bai He's heart immediately thumped. Speed was the greatest advantage of their clan. Even if the aura Tang San revealed just now wasn't weak, he still absolutely didn't believe his granddaughter would lose to him. Moreover, he assumed that Tang San himself was planning to give this thing to him, and this was just finding a justification. Even though Bai He had a very proper face, the lure of the godly Zudge crossbow was just too large. He couldn't help subconsciously looking to his granddaughter. That beautiful young woman directly leapt up from her chair, in practically in a flash, she stood at the center of the hall. Fine, I'll compete with you. Tang San put the godly Zudge crossbow aside, strolling over in front of that young woman. Right now, looking face to face, he couldn't help praising her inwardly. This young woman really was beautiful. Especially her harmonized figure. He still only appreciated her. In his heart, besides Xiao Wu, there was no longer room for a second woman. The young woman haughtily faced up, looking at the half a head taller than her Tang San. How do you want to compete? Tang San smiled slightly, saying. I have always admired the speed of the Speed clan, we'll do it according to nimbleness. We'll be within this drawing room. As long as you can touch me anywhere, it will be your win. The time is 1 stick of incense. Conversely, I win. The young woman said without the slightest hesitation. Fine, then light the incense. Tang San's 24 moonlit bridges had everything. Casually stroking it, pulling out 1 stick of incense, he threw it to Ma Heng-jun. Ma Heng-jun flicked it with a finger, immediately lighting the incense, holding it in his hand. Tang San, please guide me. Tang San gracefully made an inviting gesture, immediately focusing his entire attention. The young woman disdainfully curled her lip. She didn't believe Tang San could compare to her in speed. Speed Clans by Chen Xiang 1. I will begin. Please. Tang San's words had just fallen when Bai Chenxiang was already in motion. Even with Tang San's eyesight, he only caught a smear of shadow in front, before Bai Chenxiang had already reached him. However, he was also long since prepared. At the same time as he said please, his feet shifted slightly, moving half a chi to the left. Bai Chenxiang was strangely fast, but exactly because she was fast, her momentum was naturally also powerful. Immediately charging past Tang San's side, she missed him by a hair's breadth. Right now, azure color already burst from his eyes within a purple-golden luster. His back was also cold. The Speed clan's speed was even scarier than he had imagined. He didn't dare be careless, directly using Purple Demon Eye, his spiritual force also spreading out. Bai Chenxiang charged and leapt dexterously, the tips of her toes lightly poking a pillar within the drawing room, using even greater speed than before to return. One charge and one return, added together, took only the blink of an eye. Tang San was now extremely careful, Purple Demon Eye targeting Bai Chenxiang, using Ghost Shadow Perplexing Step, his whole body immediately turning illusory. Ghost Shadow Perplexing Step absolutely wasn't the fastest of footwork, but it was absolutely the most profoundly nimble. Even if Bai Chenxiang was fast, Tang San's movements were still always outside of her expectations, and she struck empty air again. Bai Chenxiang naturally wouldn't give up, chasing Tang San with all her strength. Tang San just didn't look at her, relying on spiritual force to track her, minding his own business and using Ghost Shadow Perplexing Step within a narrow range. The reason why he reacted as he did today, was his previous consultation with Tai Tan and Niu Gao. The most crucial of this was whether he could convince the other party. Speed was where the Speed clan was best, and just like Tang San defeated Niu Gao in defense, if he could defeat the Speed clan in speed, everything would become a lot easier. The choice to compete within the drawing room was also considered Tang San's painstaking efforts. Bai Chenxiang in front of him wasn't difficult to deal with, the difficult one was the Speed clan chief, Bai He. Tang San knew that even if he added his blue-silver emperor right leg bone, it was still impossible for him to compete with Bai He in straight-line speed. Therefore, he could only choose agility. There were no spirit masters faster than the Speed clan in a straight line, but linear speed and flexibility, after all, didn't completely overlap. Tang San would exploit his Ghost Shadow Perplexing Step to conquer the other side. Just at the start, Bai He's expression was still completely relaxed, but along with Tang San successively dodging Bai Chenxiang several times, his face gradually fell. Even though Bai Chenxiang still hadn't used her spirit yet, in fact, speed was still something every Speed clan member had in their bones, they were extremely fast even without the aid of spirits. The burn speed of the incense was a bit faster than ordinarily, this was of course the effect of Ma Hongjun's phoenix flame, just that nobody paid attention to him right now. Even if the incense burned even faster right now, the Speed clan's speed was still enough to carry out multiple lunges in this time. Bai He gradually saw some clues. Tang San really wasn't faster than his granddaughter, but that footwork of his was mysterious, and he could always dodge Bai Chenxiang's lunges at the edge of danger just by relying on this profound footwork. The stick of incense had already burned close to half, and Bai Chenxiang was still unable to deal with Tang San without using her spirit. With a low shout, the hair on her head grew, her arms stretched out, her spirit releasing in a moment. 2 yellow, 2 purple, 4 spirit rings appeared around her tall delicate body. 20 years old, 40th rank spirit ancestor, her strength was quite uncommon. Moreover, she still had an ideal spirit ring configuration. Even though this girl wasn't old, she was still the pride of Bai He's Speed clan. Bai He firmly believed that his granddaughter would have a chance to attack the title DouLuo level in the future. Abruptly putting her spirit to use, Bai Chenxiang shot out like lightning, both feet gathering as if stuck together, each of her 2 arms turned into wings, flapping once, and along with her 3rd spirit ring flaring, she flew in the air. Her speed suddenly increased, and she lunged towards Tang San. This third spirit ring was undoubtedly her spirit ability. Under the effect of the flying ability, some tables and chairs and other small objects on the floor could no longer block her. Further adding the increase in speed, the pressure she gave Tang San instantly increased substantially. Immediately afterward, Bai Chenxiang's first spirit ring was also used. Behind her 4 broken shadows appeared simultaneously, and they were moreover extremely distinct shadows. Looking exactly like her, as she flew horizontally, it seemed as if 5 Bai Chenxiangs charged Tang San simultaneously. The area covered immediately increased substantially. Despite being fully aware that 4 of those 5 were illusions, such a sudden appearance would still very easily cause optical illusions. Unfortunately, Bai Chenxiang had encountered Tang San. The light of the purple demon light pulsed, and practically none of the shadows had any meaning against his powerful eyesight. Tang San's pace suddenly accelerated, the blue-silver emperor right leg bone displaying its effect. Even though Tang San didn't use speed boost abilities, along with his spirit power infusing, his speed still rose, dodging between the illusions in the drawing room just like smoke. Despite Bai Chenxiang's flight speed being incomparably fast with her spirit released, and moreover with her extremely agile lunges in the air, she was still unable to catch Tang San's silhouette. The two chased and dodged like this, and time unceasingly drained away. Bai Chenxiang was filled with an unreconciled feeling. She could clearly see that even after Tang San accelerated, his speed still couldn't compare to her. But that strange footwork caused great problems for her judgment. It always seemed like she would catch him, but he still dodged as if he anticipated it. Right now, besides Bai He, everyone watching the fight, even Tai Tan and Niu Gao, were also stunned. 6 silhouettes constantly flickered within the hall, and it was already very difficult to clearly see the movements of both sides. Especially Bai Chenxiang. Her movements were too fast. It seemed she lunged directly, but suddenly turned nimbly, her body would twist beautifully in midair, instantly changing direction. But Tang San's reaction couldn't be called slow either, no matter how fast Bai Chenxiang's needle-tailed swift flying speed was, he could always dodge in time, not letting Bai Chenxiang touch him. Bai He's brows wrinkled sharply. He knew that his granddaughter was already using her full strength, and that their side had lost this battle. Bai Chenxiang's 4th spirit ability was only advantageous in straight-line flight, no use in such a narrow space. It seemed that if it continued, it was impossible for his granddaughter to catch that youth called Tang San no matter what. Lowering his head, he looked somewhat grudgingly at the coin purse in his hand, inwardly thinking, "Don't tell me heaven really wants to set itself against my speed clan. People can't be greedy?" With greed, even this final bit of coin couldn't be preserved. In the next days, how would the Speed clan continue? Would they really have to go seek shelter from a sect? Even if they wanted to find shelter, in the present world, the upper 3 sects no longer existed. When all was said and done, how many sects still had enough strength to stay unrelated to Spirit Hall? Time! Ma Hongjun shouted, the incense in his hand finally ended. The 2 figures suddenly halted. Tang San still had a smile, his graceful temperament unvarying, leisurely straightening the clothes that were in disorder from the fast movements. Bai Chenxiang couldn't be as leisurely as him. Because of her gasping for breath, her small chest heaved, glaring fiercely at Fatty. Shameless, how could one stick of incense be so short? Ma Hongjun grinned. With another stick of incense, you still couldn't have touched one hair on my third brother's head. The result would still be the same. Bai Chenxiang still wanted to say something else, but was stopped by Bai He. With movements nobody saw clearly, he had already arrived next to Bai Chenxiang. He threw the purse of gold spirit coins in his hand to Tang San. He's right. You couldn't touch Tang San. We've lost. If you agree to bet, you must accept to lose. Tang San caught the coins, but didn't put it away. Miss Bai, you let me win. Bai Chenxiang looked at Tang San with an unreconciled expression. What let you win? If you have the skill, we'll compete in long-distance speed. Tang San smiled, and Bai He shouted. Enough! If people compete in speed with our speed clan, they should naturally choose the manner. It's your own cultivation that's imperfect, and you still dare show off? Defeat isn't dreadful, but you have to find the cause for your defeat. Bai Chenxiang felt somewhat wronged, but was clearly very fearful of her grandfather. She fiercely glared at Tang San, then furiously walked towards her own previous seat. When she passed by Ma Heng-jun, she very carelessly stepped on Ma Heng-jun's foot, eliciting a grimace of pain, but no complaints. This fellow was always extremely forgiving towards beautiful women. Bai He looked at Tang San. Your footwork is very marvelous. We are convinced in heart and word of our loss. Tang San bowed slightly, saying. It's Junior's tricks. In pure speed, nobody can compare to your noble clan. Bai He's eyes displayed a trace of darkness. What use is that? Of the 4 single attribute clans, our speed clan is the most useless. Tang San said. You can't say that, it's just that your noble clan doesn't have a suitable space to use. Senior, it would be better if we competed again. You've also seen that our Tang sect has enough hidden weapons to arm your clan. Moreover, we aren't a spirit master sect in the traditional sense. If Senior loses, I hope Senior can join the Tang sect. The Tang sect will completely provide your noble clan with equipment as well as all necessary resources. Furthermore, we won't issue any requests in the forms of commands to your noble clan. What do you think? The light in Bai He's eyes suddenly grew almost severe, just like 2 sharp blades thrusting straight at Tang San's eyes. But, he still confronted Purple Demon Eye. Wouldn't making anything out from Tang San's eyes be easier said than done? Young man, you've got a big appetite. Bai He said coldly. Niu Gao sitting in the main seat snorted disdainfully. Just you alone still dare compete with old Whitebird in speed. Young people being a bit proud is nothing, but if it comes to arrogance, you can only suffer the painful consequences. Tang San's smile was as light as a breeze. From the start, Junior didn't think about winning. I only want to try it once. Just like the possibility of the Speed clan joining our Tang sect is extremely small. Senior Bai He, if I lose, we'll provide your noble clan with a full complement of hidden weapons. Everyone will have equipment worth 500 gold spirit coins. Including 1 godly zudge crossbow, 2 silent sleeve darts, 1 tight backhead bowed crossbow, 1 sand projecting shadow, as well as 2 leg crossbows. Hearing Tang San's words, even Tai Tan and Niu Gao couldn't help secretly being speechless. Niu Gao's words were clearly a concealed provocation, but they originally hadn't even planned for Tang San to actually win against Bai He in a competition of speed. If Tang San lost, since everyone were friends, they could close the relationship between both sides by relying on the attraction of the Tang sect hidden weapons. But they hadn't expected Tang San to actually toss out such large bait. If they lost here, the price would be a bit much. The Speed clan still had more than 200 people. A full set of 500 gold spirit coins of equipment was definitely 100,000 gold spirit coins. Even to some spirit master sects with notable strength, this didn't count as a small sum. It was naturally impossible for Tang San to be sure he could win, but he still wanted to bet. Admittedly, he hoped to even more directly obtain the backing of the Speed clan, but at the same time it was also to reveal his strength one step further in front of these clan elders, to obtain even better approval. Besides, there were still a lot of secret skills Tang San hadn't used in his previous fight with Bai Chenxiang. Facing Bai He, had at least 50% certainty in his success. Even if he lost, as long as they could pull the Speed clan into the Tang sect later on, these 100,000 gold spirit coins in equipment still wouldn't be a loss. Equipping their own side, wasn't that very regular? Fatty. You come act as target, all right. Tang San looked at Ma Heng-jun. Ma Heng-jun directly jumped up. No problem. Come. He was just looking for an opportunity to show off in front of the beautiful woman. Eager to take on this task, he walked over to stand 10 meters in front of Tang San. "Third brother, wait for me to prepare. Those hidden weapons of yours aren't so easy to block." While speaking, Fatty immediately released his spirit. Along with his spirit releasing, Ma Hongzhen's body immediately straightened somewhat, his hair gathering into a mohican, turning scarlet, his bare limbs displaying dazzlingly beautiful feathers, and his whole body seemed to thin a bit. What drew most attention was naturally those 5 spirit rings of his. 2 yellow, 2 purple, 1 black. 5 rings altogether. Even Niu Gao was secretly startled. Originally he hadn't paid this always smiling and giggling Fatty much attention, he hadn't expected him to actually also be a Spirit King level Spirit Master. From how he called Tang San third brother, he was clearly even a bit younger than Tang San. The grandfather and granddaughter Bai He and Bai Chenxiang thought even more deeply. First putting aside Ma Hongzhen's spirit rings, when he released his spirit, both of them simultaneously felt an indescribable pressure hitting them. That was a feeling that made their souls tremble, an innate fear of their spirits. How was it possible? Their always proud expressions immediately changed greatly. Ma Hongzhen somewhat boastfully said. "Junior is Ma Hongzhen. 57th ranked power attack type Spirit King. Spirit, Fire Phoenix." As he spoke, his second and third spirit rings flashed simultaneously. Red-hot flame suddenly soared from his body, the temperature in the entire drawing room suddenly rising sharply, a pair of wings of flame extended from his back, immediately making this originally harmless-seeming Fatty filled with an oppressive might. "Third brother, come!" Ma Hongzhen shouted to Tang San. Tang San took out one hidden weapon after another from his 24 moonlit bridges, at once wearing them over his clothes. With his present strength, he wouldn't ordinarily wear these hidden weapons, non-mechanical hidden weapons were enough for him to use. In order to display them now, his actions weren't slow, at once installing the hidden weapons he mentioned just now, besides the godly Zudge crossbow. Raising both hands, Tang San said. "Silent sleeve dart." Each of his arms shot a dark shadow, flashing past, reaching Ma Hongzhen in the blink of an eye. The flame on Ma Hongzhen's body suddenly burned brighter. He had already prepared in advance, Phoenix Firewire shooting out, turning into a sheet of flame under his clever control and the amplification of 2 great spirit abilities, blocking the 2 sleeve darts with tyrannical impact force. Immediately afterward, another 2 volleys, 4 sleeve darts also silently shot out. All blocked by Ma Hongzhen. With a series of jingling sounds, 6 cooked deep red sleeve darts fell to the ground and Ma Hongzhen also retreated half a step to dissolve the impact force. Tang San pushed on his stomach. Sand projecting shadow, shoots poison mist. With a puffing sound, countless flying needles shot out along with poison mist. His movements didn't stop, legs shifting slightly, relying on muscular contractions, the crossbow mechanisms on his legs fired simultaneously. Ma Hongzhen's both hands swiftly drew a circle in front of his chest, spirit power jetting out. In front of the red-hot phoenix flames, the poison mist naturally lost its effect, and concentrated popping sounds echoed continuously. Ma Hongzhen retreated several steps in succession, and when confronted with the leg crossbows, he already had some difficulty warding them off. Just when difficulty blocked this round of hidden weapon attacks, Tang San bowed his head sharply, and with a sonorous crossbow crack, the most formidable tight-back head-bowed crossbow abruptly fired, the bulky crossbow bolt shooting straight for Ma Hongzhen's chest. "Third brother, do you want me dead?" The red light on Ma Hongzhen's right arm rose sharply, the flame wings on his back abruptly expanding. With a loud explosion, his fist blasted out, relying on the flame right arm's added Phoenix Burst attack ability to just manage to block this attack. Tang San's entire chain of attacks was as fluent as moving clouds and flowing water. All the spirit masters here were experts, and could naturally sense how frightening the attack power of the hidden weapons were. Of course, they also sensed Ma Hongzhen's formidable strength. He seemed to be blocking in a fluster, but very clearly, these hidden weapons still weren't enough to threaten him. Tang San then said to Bai He, "Senior, the full set of equipment I mentioned is all here. This is the full deployment of 500 gold spirit coins. Of course, these still don't count as my Tang sect's most tremendous hidden weapons. Only sect disciples have the right to use those most powerful ones. Please forgive Junior for being unable to provide them. You've seen he might of these hidden weapons. I think that if the Speed Clan's clansmen were equipped with them, it would definitely have a pretty good effect. Do you wish to bet with Junior on this?" Bai He's expression changed continuously. Ma Hongzhen had now already withdrawn his spirit, and the pressure naturally also vanished. Tang San and Ma Hongzhen's team gave him a very great shock. Even more important was these hidden weapons, making even a proud person like him unable to keep from being greedy. He really couldn't refuse the stakes Tang San had raised, and Bai He sincerely believed that this youth in front of him couldn't escape him in a bout of speed. No matter how miraculous his footwork was, before absolute speed, its effect was still limited. Thinking about this, Bai He lowered his voice. "Fine, I'll bet on this fight with you. If I lose, then, I'll lead the Speed Clan to join your Tang sect. You were brought by Titan, I believe there shouldn't be any relation between you and Spirit Hall. I'll first declare that if this Tang sect of yours and Spirit Hall has any relationship in the future, I'll immediately lead my clan to leave." Tang San said coldly. "There's only one possible relationship between Tang sect and Spirit Hall, and that's their destruction. Senior, we'll begin. Within the time of one stick of incense, the conditions are the same." While speaking, he once again threw a stick of incense to Ma Hongzhen. Bai He dodged 10 meters away from Tang San, and just the instant Ma Hongzhen lit the incense, he was already moving. With the fate of his clansmen in the balance, he had no choice but to do his utmost. With this move by Bai He, Tang San learned what pure speed was. Even his purple demon eye only caught a white shadow flash in front of him, before Bai He's hand was already before his eyes. In this moment, Tang San couldn't rely on Ghost Shadow perplexing step to dodge. Too fast, he really arrived too quickly. Since Tang San obtained Purple Demon Eye, this was the first time he felt his eyesight couldn't keep up with the opponent's movements. Of course, he still wasn't caught by Bai He. Bai He's hand only grabbed the afterimage left behind by Tang San. "Teleportation!" Bai He's shocked voice echoed. Tang San was already on the other side of the room, pink light flickering on his left arm. Author's note: in some places there was an error. Xiaowu's spirit bone is in Tang San's left arm. I confirm it here. Everyone please excuse the error. Hereafter it's the left arm. Bai He stood in Tang San's previous location and looked at him. "No wonder you're so confident, you had the guarantee of such an ability. I want to see how many times this teleportation of yours can work. Take care." While speaking, Bai He suddenly radiated light, his spirit releasing. 2 yellow, 3 purple, 3 black. 8 spirit rings appeared simultaneously. The split second his spirit was released, Tang San's spiritual force fluctuated slightly, and he teleported a second time without the slightest hesitation. This time, he couldn't even see Bai He move. The next moment, Bai He's hand already flitted past where he stood before. So fast! Tang San felt cold all over. Worthy of being a single attribute spirit cultivator, this speed could no longer be described as astonishing, it was simply universally shocking. Without any hesitation, Tang San was already using teleportation once again. This time his body appeared at the doorway. Bai He disappeared, in the whole room one could only see a faint mirage. He didn't use any spirit ability, only spirit amplified pure speed. Wherever Tang San appeared with teleportation, Bai He's hand would inevitably appear the next instant. Tang San was forced to constantly teleport to avoid Bai He's pursuit and attack. And after each time he teleported, he only had a moment to pause. The ghost shadow perplexing track he previously used against Bai Chenxiang was unexpectedly completely useless. This was Spirit DouLuo level speed clan speed. Tang San constantly changed direction, making himself move irregularly as far as possible. Purple Demon Eye and his spiritual force were used to their limit, and even then he could only barely keep up with Bai He's silhouette. 1 Bai Chenxiang, White Agar Wood. 176, Tang San's 6th spirit ability, Xiao Wu incarnates. In fact, Tang San was admittedly startled, and Bai He wasn't any less astonished than him. Tang San currently hadn't used his spirit, and further adding the disjointed use of teleportation, how couldn't Bai He be shocked? He already understood that Tang San's teleportation didn't come from spirit ring abilities, the source was inevitably a spirit bone. A youngster with a spirit bone, and one with a top-quality discontinuous teleportation ability. Bai He only hoped that he could exhaust Tang San's spirit power through his relentless pursuit, leaving him unable to continue supporting the spirit bone ability. The incense still burned very quickly. As the two shadows constantly flashed, in a moment 1/4 had already burned. In this short time, Tang San had already teleported close to 100 times, showing how fast Bai He's pursuit was. Bai He was disappointed. Tang San was still constantly teleporting, without the slightest signs of spirit power exhaustion. He had no idea that Tang San's teleportation was used with 100,000-year level spirit bone. 100,000-year spirit bones and spirit rings didn't consume large amounts of spirit power to produce powerful spirit abilities, but rather consumed tiny amounts of spirit power to produce formidable effects. This was the greatest advantage of 100,000-year level spirit rings and spirit bones. This was also why it was known as the most precious treasure of the Spirit Master world. Suddenly, Bai He abruptly stopped, 2 lines of clear light igniting in his eyes, his 7th spirit ring starting to brighten. Under the effect of that black spirit ring, one could clearly see Bai He's body release layer after layer of peculiar luster. Immediately afterward, his body floated in midair, his arms really changing into wings, and both legs gathering into feathers. In just a moment, this speed clan chief had already turned into a needle-tailed swift only 1 meter long, with a wingspan of 1 meter 50 or so. The 7th spirit ability, Spirit Avatar. Seeing Bai He's spirit avatar, after Tang San equally halted, his expression became somewhat ugly. Bai He was even more difficult to handle than he imagined. Generally speaking, releasing spirit avatar would make one's body even larger, the huge body supporting even more spirit power. But Bai He's spirit avatar made his body smaller. That didn't mean that his spirit power decreased, but rather that it was forcefully compressed. Thus, the speed he could erupt with could perhaps only be described as terrifying. Making the pupils of Tang San's eyes contract even more was that, after Bai He used Spirit Avatar to float in the air, the final one of the 8 spirit rings revolving around him also lit up. For the sake of his clansmen, this pure speed type formidable Spirit DouLuo would go all out. Along with that final spirit ring flashing, in that instant, the one needle-tailed swift floating in midair turned into 5. The same kind of doppelganger ability, but as the 8th spirit ability, it wouldn't be that simple. After Bai He's 8th spirit ability was used, each doppelganger would possess equal speed and defense as the main body. Of course, among spirit masters of equal level, that defense could be directly neglected. But even more important was that, including the original body, all 5 bodies could be said to each be real, and could also be said to each be fake. In other words, under his direct control, he could make any one doppelganger become the main body, and could also make any one main body become a doppelganger. To the Speed clan whose offensive and defensive power couldn't be regarded as high, this ability could be considered a supreme escape skill. Even for the most formidable title DouLuo in the present world, it was still impossible to stop all 5 doppelgangers when confronting a spirit master with Bai He's speed. And as long as just one doppelganger escaped, he could also escape far away in a flash. Of course, to the Speed clan, possessing these 5 doppelgangers, they could perform their most expert scouting while completely unrestrained. As long as they left behind one doppelganger in safety, the other doppelgangers could go examine even the most dangerous places. This eighth spirit ability might not seem powerful, but it was supremely useful. Silhouettes flashing, the 5 needle-tailed swifts instantly dispersed, that terrifying speed almost no different from the teleportation Tang San used. To be able to use movement speed that gave people the illusion of teleportation clearly showed how terrifying Bai He now was in speed. Tang San also couldn't help associate this with the overall strength of Tai Tan and Niu Gao. What degree their strength and defense had reached. Only, right now he basically didn't think about that too much. Because, the pressure he endured suddenly rose sharply. At this moment, Tang San didn't dare hide any strength. Besides his eyes being filled with purple gold color, 1 blue and 1 white rings of light simultaneously spread from below his feet, enveloping the entire hall in a flash. Making the opponent slow down was equal to speeding up himself. Under the effect of the Death God domain, even a spirit DouLuo would be weakened somewhat. Especially a pure speed type spirit master disregarding attack and defense like Bai He. And the blue-silver domain undoubtedly made Tang San's spiritual force reach an even greater level, improving his control of everything in the surroundings. With the domains released at full strength, Tang San immediately gave people a different kind of feeling, ice-cold, ruthless, an ominous aura spread along with the Death God domain, making everyone present shiver. And when enveloped by the blue-silver domain, they also sensed a breath of vitality in the midst of that chilling feeling. These two kinds of auras that shouldn't exist together still appeared simultaneously so bizarrely. How couldn't it make people feel strange? Making everyone, including Bai He, feel even more astonished, was still the release of Tang San's spirit. Without a doubt, what Tang San released was his blue-silver emperor. 2 yellow, 1 purple, 2 black, 1 red, the instant the 6 glittering spirit rings appeared, the drawing room atmosphere seemed to freeze. Previously just defeated by Tang San, Bai Chenxiang no longer had any unreconciliation in her eyes, all replaced by an incredible radiance. She finally understood that she really wasn't wronged. He was actually a 6 spirit ring spirit emperor. Rubbing her eyes hard, Bai Chenxiang thought she had made a mistake. Because among those 6 glittering spirit rings, the last one was actually red. That bewitching red light even concealed Tang San's 4th spirit ring already being black. In the entire drawing room, there was no longer anything that could compete with the shine of that red ring. Incarnated as a needle-tailed swift, Bai He also simultaneously stared blankly. As a spirit master, how couldn't he know what the red color represented? But his first feeling was the same as his granddaughter's. How was it possible? How could 100,000-year spirit ring appear on such a youth, and even the 6th spirit ring at that? Tang San's face revealed a tint of divine light, his spiritual force completely targeting those 5 needle-tailed swifts. With his experience, of course he wouldn't believe that these 5 needle-tailed swifts were fake. He could clearly feel those 5 close to identical auras. The combined probing of his spiritual force with his blue-silver domain wouldn't be wrong. Therefore, in the following contest, what he would face was 5 supremely fast-flying pure speed opponents. More than half of the incense had already burned. Bai He very quickly recovered from the brief shock. No matter how strong this youth in front of him was, first of all he had to defeat him. The 5 needle-tailed swifts moved simultaneously, 5 silhouettes turning into 5 lines in a flash, crossing the hall. In just that instant, the needle-tailed swifts flying 1 meter above the ground controlled the overwhelming majority of the drawing room. Tang San practically fought to be first to use teleportation. The moment his spiritual force sensed the opponent's spirit power fluctuations, he had already dodged. He knew that from this moment on, he would no longer have any chance to catch his breath with his teleportation. He had to dodge continuously, only then did he have a chance to dodge the pursuit. But, Tang San still underestimated Bai He's current speed. The 5 needle-tailed swifts each controlled 5 areas of the drawing room, and when Tang San emerged from teleportation, he could practically see the beak of a needle-tailed swift appear in front of him. Tang San used spiritual force to target Bai He, but at the spirit DouLuo level, how could Bai He not also target him? As long as Tang San appeared, Bai He would naturally appear in front of him, drawn there by spiritual force. The speed was enough to match his teleportation. Fortunately, Tang San reacted very quickly, and the moment he dodged he already reacted, sharply throwing back his upper body, making an iron panel bridge movement 1, and he also teleported once again in the middle of this motion, escaping Bai He's attacks again and again. However, to Tang San, this was only just the beginning. There was still an even greater challenge waiting for him. Bai He's speed erupted completely, the pure speed making any technique pale. When Tang San appeared once again, he flipped sideways without the slightest hesitation, then instantly teleported to dodge Bai He's attack. What Bai He caught was unexpectedly that instant between two teleportations, when he still hadn't teleported. Bai He's heart settled down now. From the development of the situation, Tang San already had difficulties to dodge. But Tang San's next teleportation was still beyond Bai He's expectations. When Tang San appeared again, he was in midair. Most strangely was that one of Bai He's needle-tailed swifts could only pass by him under his feet. There were no problems with Bai He's preparations, even if he teleported into the air, before he teleported next time his body would still fall a bit. However, Tang San didn't fall, instead rising slightly in the air. This made Bai He's lunge completely ineffective. But it was also at this moment that Bai He clearly saw Tang San's sixth spirit ring, that 100,000-year red spirit ring, brighten. The sixth spirit ability Tang San had never used, finally emerged before everyone. A faint illusion appeared in front of him. Even though the silhouette was illusory, it still didn't detract from her beauty in the slightest. Jet black bright and beautiful long hair arranged in a scorpion braid that hung down to her calves, a pair of expressive big eyes holding a faint sadness and satisfaction, touching figure, long and slender legs, each part of her seemed so perfect. Even the beautiful Bai Chenxiang couldn't help staring stupidly when this figure appeared in front of Tang San. It was also the moment she appeared that the space around Tang San suddenly distorted somewhat, making Bai He's incarnated needle-tailed swift seem to pass through a mirage, without touching Tang San. Seeing this beautiful figure, Tang San couldn't keep himself from staring lifelessly. The slightly reddened eyes, slightly trembling body, revealed that he was currently unable to control his mood. Yes, that illusory silhouette was Xiao Wu. Her faint figure turned lightly in midair, facing Tang San. One soft and tender little hand rose, landing on Tang San's face. There was no feeling of substantial touch, nor could she speak, but a collision coming from the soul made Tang San's tears flow uncontrollably. At this moment he had even forgotten he was in a match with Bai He. To him, besides this delicate face, nothing else was important. Red light revolved around the two. Needle-tailed swifts swept past several times in succession. When passing through, only the light wavered, and they were unable to touch Tang San. He of course couldn't say that Tang San was breaking the rules. True, the spirit ability Tang San was using now really wasn't competing in speed, but Bai He's eighth spirit ability, Speed Doppelganger, wasn't that also not speed? This moment, even though Tang San didn't say a word, and that touching silhouette in front of him also didn't move, just gently caressed his face, the atmosphere between them still washed across the drawing room, infecting everyone. Cautiously raising both hands, Tang San embraced the illusion in front of him. This sixth spirit ability really wasn't used by him. Before this, he had also had some degree of understanding regarding the sixth spirit ability, but he really didn't completely understand what its effect was. He hadn't been willing to use the sixth spirit ability since he didn't want to feel that heart-rending pain again when he did. However, he had never expected that this sixth spirit ability would actually be used automatically when he needed it the most, and moreover that he would see that captivating beauty. That wasn't just a little bit of emotion. At this moment, Tang San's heart was filled, without a trace of space. In all his life, he had never longed for anything like right now, longed for the figure in his arms to truly be in his embrace. Tang San also became somewhat transparent under the influence of that red light. This was one of the forms of his sixth spirit ability, nothingness. Nothingness, immunity to all physical attacks not energy form, weakening any energy attacks by 50%. This might seem like it was only a support ability, however, the ability of immunity to all physical attacks was tyrannical. It was under the effect of this ability that all he could do was pass through him. There was only nothingness. Four eyes met. The emotions in Tang San's heart were still like a roller coaster. If he knew earlier that using this spirit ability would let him see Xiao Wu again, then he'd definitely use it every day, meeting his lover every day. Even if he could only see her, he'd still be satisfied. Even if this was only an illusion of Xiao Wu, from those touching eyes, he still saw Xiao Wu's feelings, finally felt Xiao Wu's thoughts and love for him. The connection of souls let him clearly sense that his Xiao Wu wasn't dead. She still lived, and was moreover attached to him. Xiao Wu used her hand to softly wipe Tang San's tears, but, she was only an illusion, how could she erase those tears? In her eyes was reluctance to part and longing, sadness and joy, all of it profoundly affecting Tang San right now. Suddenly, Tang San's heart twitched. Because through releasing the spirit ability he suddenly sensed some characteristics of the spirit ability. He discovered that Xiao Wu's soul really was within this sixth spirit ability, and moreover that using this spirit ability practically didn't consume any of his spirit power. Only, Xiao Wu couldn't appear for too long. It didn't consume his spirit power, it consumed the strength of Xiao Wu's soul as price. If Xiao Wu's soul was consumed excessively, then she would truly die. In other words, in order to keep Xiao Wu from harm, every time he used this sixth spirit ability, he had to keep it as brief as possible. Only then could he ensure Xiao Wu's safety to the greatest extent. His desire to always keep her at his side through using the spirit ability wasn't realistic. Senior Bai, I concede. Tang San softly pulled Xiao Wu close, floating to the ground. At his resolutely stubborn gaze, Xiao Wu looked at him somewhat helplessly, then reluctantly again merged with that dazzling red spirit ring again. Even if they couldn't talk, they could still feel each other's feelings through their soul connection. Tang San didn't know how long Xiao Wu could stay outside with the power of her soul each time, but he wouldn't take any risks. He had already made a firm resolution to never use this sixth spirit ability, never let any possibility of harm come to Xiao Wu. Compared to Xiao Wu, how was subduing the Speed clan at all important? 5 shadows merged together, and he looked puzzled at Tang San. Why would you concede? I still haven't touched you. Tang San shook his head. No. I've lost, using my sixth spirit ability is no longer competing with you in speed. He of course wouldn't say that he had decided this because of Xiao Wu. And at this moment, his heart was also completely soaked in the feelings after meeting Xiao Wu again. He no longer cared about anything else going on. He sighed. No, you didn't lose. My 8th spirit ability wasn't a pure speed increase either. Since I used doppelgangers to strengthen my speed in the area I controlled, naturally you could also avoid being touched by me. This is fair. If it went on, I would have lost. Even if I don't understand the effects of that spirit ability of yours. Niu Gao stood, laughing loudly. All right. There's no need for you to be modest with each other, I think this is just fine. Old Whitebird, you didn't lose, Tang San, you didn't lose either. This contest is just making friends. Unable to determine victory or defeat. This is always fine. To everyone's delight and satisfaction. Go go go, we'll go drink. That broken spear, old Yang, might arrive tomorrow, today we'll drink to our satisfaction. Whether in age, status, or level, he wasn't willing to take an advantage from Tang San, and he could also accept Niu Gao's words. But, his heart was still heavy. Tang San had only revealed his speed, but with his strength he could naturally see that Tang San absolutely wasn't an agility attack type spirit master. A spirit emperor that wasn't an agility attack type could compete with a pure speed spirit DouLuo like him for so long. If he really had to describe him, then this youth in front of him could only be described as a monster. Moreover, even though this contest ended in a draw, those 100 gold spirit coins he lost before was real. Once the gathering ended and he returned like this, perhaps the Speed clan would starve. Everyone walked towards the dining hall together. On the way, Bai Chenxiang lagged behind, giving Fatty a kick. Not only didn't Ma Hongzhen get angry, he instead was enormously pleasantly surprised, hurriedly looking at Bai Chenxiang with a flattering expression, speaking in a low voice. "Beauty, something on your mind?" Bai Chenxiang asked in a low voice. That Tang San is your friend." Ma Hongzhen nodded, proudly saying. "We're best brothers. He's our Tang sect master, I'm the vice master." "He he." Bai Chenxiang didn't doubt Ma Hongzhen's claim of being vice sect master. Fatty had also displayed his strength before, especially that formidable phoenix spirit left her with an extremely deep impression. Fatty's show was successful. Then what's up with that 6th spirit ring? Is it really 100,000-year spirit ring? But, why did it transform into a woman? Moreover, it seemed like my grandfather couldn't do anything to him then. Ma Hongzhen's complexion changed slightly. He still knew what was appropriate. Tang San's 6th spirit ring wasn't just his secret, but also an eternal pain in his heart. No use telling others. Even though Fatty liked beauties, he absolutely knew what was appropriate, and wouldn't say what he shouldn't. He helplessly shook his head. "Beauty, don't ask about it. See for yourself. I can only say that third brother is the most outstanding spirit master I have ever seen. In my eyes, even those titled DouLuo aren't equal to him. I believe that, one day, third brother will stand at the summit of this world." Bai Chenxiang somewhat discontentedly kicked Fatty again. "What a vice sect master! Doesn't even dare say this. I think you're his servant." Fatty's expression recovered. "Believe what you wish. How could you understand me and third brother's relationship?" Finished speaking, he suddenly sped up, no longer paying attention to Bai Chenxiang. Bai Chenxiang looked distracted a moment. She was very confident in her charm, and she had seen Fatty's filthy intentions toward her. But right now, already walking in front, the heavy-set Fatty seemed somewhat different. Even though he was fat, when he was decent, he would naturally distribute an unusual aggressiveness. Could that be the aura of the King of 100 Birds, the Phoenix? Fatty of course didn't know what Bai Chenxiang was thinking, but he could be sure that he might not have a chance with this beauty. Even if he liked beauties, chasing women was like changing clothes, while brothers were like hands and feet. Of course, Xiao Wu, Ning Rongrong, and Zhu Zuqing weren't just women in his eyes, but also brothers. Once again seated at the wine table, Tang San discovered that Bai He's capacity for wine couldn't compare to Tai Tan and Niu Gao, and didn't use a large bowl. Even though the wine and food was good, from the moment they were seated, he had a brooding appearance, and would look at him from time to time. By now Tang San's heartfelt emotions were gradually calming, and his mood also gradually grew excited. At least he could be sure that Xiao Wu really hadn't died, and also that she was always together with him. As inseparable as milk and water mixed together. This was enough. As long as she still lived, still truly existed, he would definitely resurrect her. "Senior Bai He, my salutations." Tang San raised his wine cup, hinting to Bai He. Under Niu Gao's seating arrangement, Bai He sat with Tai Tan on his left, and Tang San on his right. Drinking a cup with Tang San, Bai He sighed, saying, "In the present world, there really is a new generation to replace the old. Youths like you really reflect that people like us are already old. Hereafter, the Spirit Master world is the world of youngsters like you." Tang San smiled slightly, saying, "Senior, I won't hide it from you. My father's name is Tang Hao. Bai He abruptly went rigid. Sharply raising his head, his gaze at Tang San suddenly grew severe. Tang San still had an expression of joyful and calm grace. Bai He's change in mood didn't have cause any reaction in him. Bai He's gaze once again turned to Niu Gao and Tai Tan. You knew, right? Niu Gao nodded. Tai Tan brought him. At first, I reacted the same as you. Only, even though this kid comes from the Clear Sky clan, he only represents himself, not the Clear Sky school. Moreover, his Tang sect will never merge into the Clear Sky school, and will exist alone. I'll tell you honestly, me and old orangutan have already decided to lead our clansmen to join the Tang sect. You've seen the Tang sect hidden weapons, that's the main operations for the Tang sect in the future. Old orangutan is in charge of manufacturing, I'm in charge of building the sect. How about it? Old Whitebird, bring your Speed clan over too. If Tang San was lacking, we wouldn't agree either. If there are any doubts, we can give up at any time. What conditions are more generous than that? This sect is basically our own. Besides, what I said just now really wasn't cheating you. Yesterday Huan Zhen brought his elephant-armored school people over, my defense clan can't continue. It was his arrival that let me make a firm decision. We're still alive and can get food for our clans. But, do you want to see the 4 single attribute clans decline? To tell the truth, our 4 single attribute clans aren't suited to existing alone. Our superiorities and weak points are too obvious. This Tang sect is equivalent to our 4 clans joining together again, and sect master Tang San is our glue. When Bai He heard Niu Gao's words, he couldn't keep his eyebrows from shooting up. Excellent, you old bastards, deliberately not giving me anything just now was in order to cheat me. Niu Gao and Tai Tan couldn't help laughing. Tai Tan said. Someone as arrogant as you, if we didn't knock you down a peg, how could you accept it so easily? Old Whitebird, haven't we old brothers not lived together for so many years? I'm very familiar with young master's character, you've seen his talent. I believe you've also discovered that young master's spirit isn't the Clear Sky Hammer? It's not that he didn't inherit the bloodline of the Clear Sky School, but rather because young master has twin spirits. As long as we assist him properly, the young master will definitely lead our Tang sect to strike our own claim on the Spirit Master world in the future. Spirit Hall is admittedly strong, but as long as we lean back on the 2 great empires, there's basically no need to fear them. Come, old Whitebird, doesn't your Speed clan thirst for power? With our Tang sect hidden weapons as guarantee, do you still fear your strength not increasing? The hidden weapons you've seen today are only the foundation, we'll still make even more formidable hidden weapons later. Bai He found it somewhat difficult to digest this rapid assault of information. Suddenly getting rid of the wine in front of him, looking over Niu Gao, again looking over Tai Tan, for a moment the expression in his eyes was still somewhat hesitant. It wasn't that he didn't trust Niu Gao and Tai Tan, they were all old brothers. Even if they cheated him before, it was with good intentions. But, he still had no choice but to consider some other elements. About this, does old Yang know? Bai He asked in a low voice. Niu Gao and Tai Tan looked at each other. Tai Tan said. Not yet, when the old goat comes, we'll fight to win him over as well. But with his character, it really won't be easy. No matter how it's put, young master is still from the Clear Sky School. The old goat's complaints to the Clear Sky School are too deep. I fear he'll be difficult to persuade. Bai He sighed, saying. I understand, you both have good intentions too. My Speed clan also really has some hard times. But, you don't know the favors old goat has done for me over the years. Their breaking clan's income is the best, and the old goat has always supported me, letting me retain this final shred of dignity. If old goat and his clan doesn't join, I can't do it alone. Among the 4 chiefs of the single attribute clans, Tai Tan and Niu Gao had the best relationship, but Bai He and the Breaking Clan's chief were even closer. But the Breaking Clan's chief was reclusive, not to the liking of Tai Tan and Niu Gao, so while their relationship was tolerable, it wasn't too familiar. Hearing Bai He say this, the two old clan chiefs both frowned. They could understand how Bai He felt, but if they gave up like this they really would feel a bit unreconciled. Bai He was clearly emptied. The Tang sect hidden weapons had a large attractive force to him, and there were still these old brothers of his. At this moment, Tang San spoke up. Senior Bai He, you're saying that, if the Breaking Clan agrees to join our Tang sect, you will also bring the Speed Clan to join. Bai He shot Tang San a glance, and after thinking deeply, said. If you can persuade the Breaking Clan, what can I still say? Don't say our Speed Clan could still fly alone? Only, youngster, don't say I didn't warn you. The old goat isn't so easily persuaded as old orangutan and old rhino. I know him the best, and he's not only antisocial but obstinate and self-opinionated. If not for this, perhaps the Breaking Clan's losses wouldn't have been so large back then. If you want to convince him, it absolutely won't be easy. Tang San pondered, then said. Leave it to me. I'll do my utmost to convince the Breaking Clan to join. If I really succeed, the 4 single attribute clans can join together again. Among the 4 single attribute clans, through Tai Tan's introduction, Tang San regarded the Strength Clan and Breaking Clan as the most important. The Strength Clan's forging, the Breaking Clan's medicine, they were both the supports the Tang sect needed the most. Therefore, he was determined to win over the Breaking Clan. He also wanted to subdue the group with the greatest hatred for the Clear Sky Clan. Tai Tan and Niu Gao didn't know why Tang San was so confident, they both knew that the old goat couldn't be conquered by force. Starting to speak, Tang San again simply introduced Bai He to the future development plans of the Tang sect, and also introduced some Tang sect hidden weapon characteristics in detail, making Bai He's understanding of the Tang sect a lot deeper. In time, Tang San hinted, he wanted to pass on the ghost shadow perplexing step he used to dodge Bai Chenxiang to the Speed Clan, improving Bai He's mood a lot. All that remained was worries about the Breaking Clan. On the surface it seemed like he was already inclined to join the Tang sect. Even though the Speed Clan didn't have the foundation of the mysterious heaven skill, their superiority in speed really was too clear. Tang San would only need to teach them some techniques of the ghost shadow perplexing step to have an effect. Once the wine made 3 rounds, and 5 flavors of dishes, everyone brought their own different moods back to rest in their rooms. Just before leaving the dining hall, Bai He called out to Tang San. Sect Master Tang, may I ask, how old are you this year? Tang San stared blankly a moment. Junior is 20. Bai He looked deeply at him, nodded, then brought a shocked granddaughter away. 1A Matrix Dodge. Ends here. Find next episode in channel. Subscribes, love you.